definitely not the enemy, no. And I think we've got an awful lot to learn about where we are. And I think that we are running the biggest social experiment that's ever been run in the history of mankind. We're living in a living lab where we're running prototypes. And I think that social media data can be used to connect people in ways that have never been possible before. I'm a die-hard techno-utopian, so I genuinely believe that if we stand back and look at what we're learning right now, and that people are allowed to be transparent about what they're learning right now, and we move forward from that point, I believe that data, social media, technology can change the way that we live.
Okay, Clemence.
I'm keen on technology myself, but I'm also quite keen on moral agency. And isn't some of the assumptions behind kind of data harvesting in order to manipulate people actually an attempt at going behind that moral agency or trying to deny its capacity to make decisions without it being manipulated?
I think that there is a general challenge with contracts. I think there's a general challenge between contracts, between people, between platforms and people, between governments and people.
I don't really mean contracts though. I meant philosophically, you know, the assumption that you can kind of nudge people.
Between platforms and people, between governments and people.
I don't really mean contracts though. I meant philosophically, you know, the assumption that you can kind of nudge people using these kind of data, big data, to kind of behave differently, even if you think it's for the most wonderful.
Cross the roundabout, second exit.
I mean, why go around the data route?
We have, as you'll probably know, I'm big into behavioural economics, human beings have a set of...
Exit the roundabout onto Northern Distributor Road. Continue on Northern Distributor Road for 3/4 of a mile.
The best we can be. If we can...
I mean, I'm glad that you just... Because we're not the best that we can be. I mean, how...
I know, I'm not.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind you.
I genuinely like to be the best I can be.
That's perfectly... You might want big political...
In 1/4 of a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit. Stay on Northern Distributor second exit 270.
I don't want you to decide what the best I can be would be. But anyway,
back to my point. The point I was making is the contract is, if I'm giving my data away, I need to know how that data is being used. If I decide...
Cross the roundabout, second exit.
Use that to help me do the things I want to do, or to overcome habits, or to... Then I'm happy with that situation.
Okay, I'm very critical of nudge, but because we're just talking about this particular...
Exit the roundabout, exit on Distributor Road.
Very critical of nudge, but because we're just talking about this particular instance, do you think that the data it's possible to circumvent political persuasion by manipulating data, as has been alleged by these Cambridge Analytical guys, and in fact their opponents?
After 800 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit.
Stay on Northern Distributor Road, A1270.
Their opponents, I mean, everybody seems to assume you can win an election by not having an argument with anyone or any principles, but actually data harvesting.
I think it's a fantastic meme. I think that...
Cross the roundabout, second exit.
Business model is to put as many messages in front of people as often as possible to change people's opinions about things, whether that be about a brand, whether that be about a politician. I don't think that's great. I think
take the exit.
The business model.
But the
Facebook's...
Exit the roundabout onto Northern Distributor Road. Continue on Northern Distributor Road for 1.5 miles.
Isn't that a kind of pretty low view of people's moral decision making? You know, that if you show them a meme often enough, they'll agree with it.
I think that you could say the same about all marketing. At the end of the day, if you put the right message in front of the right person at the right time, then they are motivated. You can change people's opinions. But that's not just a political piece. That happens across the entire marketing landscape.